Aquarius January. How you doing, Aquarius, with Pluto entering your sign? Well, you're going to have to get used to it. You got 20 years with Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, in your sign, okay? So hold on to your hat. Things are going to change. Envision them being for the positive. Envision them being for the highest and best. There's a lot of power there. There's a lot of opportunity. Remember, Pluto rules sex, and it also rules other people's money and combined monies. So make the most of it here, Aquarius. So the sun will be in your sign, Aquarius, on 1/19, okay? And your ruling planet, Uranus, will go direct at the end of the month, okay? So that'll feel a little smoother for you. Now, we have Mercury going into the sign of Aquarius, Mercury, the planet of communication, moving into Aquarius on the 28th of the month. So we're heading towards a lot of things being about you, Aquarius. Now, you've had a square with your ruling planet Uranus in the fixed sign of Taurus. You're a fixed sign, Aquarius. Taurus is a fixed sign. So it makes a square, a 90-degree angle. And so you've had this going on with your ruling planet for a while now. So you probably maybe have gotten used to it. I think when Uranus goes direct, it'll help and make things feel a little bit lighter. And, then this month, we have a new moon in Aquarius. Now, it's not until the end of the month. It's on January 29th, and it's at 7:36 a.m. It's a 9-degree Aquarius new moon. It is going to be together, conjunct with the planet Mercury in the sign of Aquarius and Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. And I had written down in the month ahead report, hidden truths come to light, okay? You'll still have the square with your ruling planet Uranus, and you will be trining Jupiter. Trines are positive aspects, but Jupiter makes everything bigger, okay? So there's a lot of air energy. There's a lot of bigness. There's probably a lot of words going on. There's a lot of new ideas, but there's a lot of information coming in, okay? And Pluto rules secrets, and there can be this unveiling of information. So just try to remain calm and keep your composure. Even though there's a lot of planets in air signs, there will also be a lot of planets in water signs. And one of those planets is Venus, the planet of harmony and relationship and balance and love, as most people think of it. Now, Venus is going to be in Pisces, so it's like that watery, romantic, can sometimes be a little delusional sign of Pisces, Venus in Pisces. And so remember, Aquarius, if you're looking for love, this is your season, right? This is the coldest time of the year. This is your season. And it's seasonally, the signs before you and the signs, your same sign and the sign after you, are considered to be the most compatible. So if you're looking for love, keep your eyes out during the Capricorn season to see who's having their birthday through your own birthday month, and then the sign following you, which is Pisces. Okay, these are very compatible signs to you. So let's see, I did a little pre-reading for you, and these are the cards that came up. The first card that showed up was actually this Judgment card here from the Spellcaster's Tarot. What an intense Judgment card this is, okay? And so as we know, Judgment is ruled by Pluto. You're dealing with Pluto for the next 20 years, and there is going to be quite a transformation. Now, you may feel like you're in that hot pot, like things are really heating up for you. But there's a direction here. There's a greater, higher good here, okay? This is about laying some things to rest from the past. This is card number 20, which we would call a 2 in numerology. That is a relationship number, okay? So there's a transformation going on in your relationships, but especially in the one with yourself. And speaking of the relationship with yourself, the Empress shows up, and she is Venus energy. I love that she's like a green witch in this one. This is the Spellcasters also. The Empress is Taurus energy, and we know that your ruling planet Uranus has been hanging out in the sign of Taurus for a while now, which has been making a square with you. But you've got two major arcanas, major secret of life cards showing up for you, showing transformation and change, and then showing the Empress who's like fully in her power. She's got her bull next to her. And so this is a card of stability, and I think it's a card of beauty, and it looks like a good thing to me. Now, your third card, interesting, Eight of Cups here from the Mystical Melodies deck. And you see the little ladybug guy walking away, which usually you see in the Eight of Cups, right? Somebody walking away from some emotions or walking away from some opportunities. And it's interesting that the sun and the moon are fighting up there. We know we have the sun, when the sun and the moon come together in the sign of Aquarius on the 29th. That is a new moon. And we see some fights and he's walking away from it. This can be an internal struggle inside with yourself. This can be men and women because we know we've got some Mars stuff going on right now. And Mars is actually going to be in the watery sign of Cancer, and Venus, Mars is a symbol for men, Venus is a symbol for women. Venus is going to be in Pisces, so they're actually trining each other, which is harmonious. There's some smoother energy there. But there's some conflict here that this person is not getting involved with, okay? So stay out of other people's garbage. Hidden truths are going to come to light, and it doesn't mean that you have to get stuck in that drama, okay? Now, that was your pre-reading. Let's do a live reading here and see what you need to know this month, Aquarius. Working with the Mystical Melodies. I also have the Pastoral Tarot, which is this pretty lavender one in the back here. It's really beautiful. And let's give you one more from the Spellcasters, one of my favorite decks. Okay, let's see what you need to know in this live reading. Your first card that comes up is the Knight of Swords. And this is you, Aquarius. You are the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Air. And we all know that Aquarius is an air sign, right? Even though it sounds like it's a water sign. Full speed ahead, looks a little snarky there, huh? And so fast movement ahead. Even though we know Mars is in the sign of Cancer, retrograding, it's not really a great time for pushing ahead like crazy, but that is your tendency. There is a lot of air planets, so just keeping that in check, okay? Card number 2, Eight of Wands, more movement. Another 8. It's like you and the gang here out on an adventure. This is a card of traveling. Looks like they're going in 2 different directions. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're actually going in the same direction. Okay, so everything's kind of like exit left. All right, let's see what else we've got here. We've got the Empress showing up again. Look at this beautiful version. She's in bare feet. She's out in her garden, like Taurus usually loves gardens and flowers and all things of beauty. Okay, so here is the Empress for your second time. And your third card is the Eight of Wands again. This one's going in the opposite direction. So this Eight of Cups is going that way. They're going that way. That's going that way. We know that there's some transformation here. So allow the things that don't work from you. I'm getting the word dismissed. Okay, allow those things to be dismissed. Okay, and then there's a lot of freedom. 2 Eight of Wands, freedom. 8 of Cups, stepping away, not getting involved, okay? So stay grounded. The Empress is like outside in her garden, so like kind of like airing things out so that you don't have to be involved in other people's garbage. I'm going to give you an oracle card here from the Wisdom of the Familiars, Everyday Witch Familiars, and let's see what you've got here. And we've got the more air, 3, the Raven. Looks like Northern Lights in the background. How beautiful. Got to see the Northern Lights in Connecticut recently for the first time, and it was quite a sight to see. Raven. If you are asking a question of this oracle and get the Raven card, it might be telling you to pay attention to messages or signs from the gods, or listen to your own inner wisdom. It might also be a suggestion that you need to do some serious thinking about the situation, tapping into heart and mind before springing into action. Okay, that's good to know because you have a lot of action movements, but it kind of placed the raven here in the middle, and it's almost like that Empress energy. The Empress isn't going to be pushed, okay? Got energy kind of going this way, got people kind of arguing. You're like in the hot seat, so to speak. But the raven's advice is to breathe, go slow, go up to a high place where you can kind of look at it all from a distance, okay? All right, so I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'm going to go into using these charms, big bowl of charms here. And this is fun. We're looking for dates. We're looking for any initials that jumped out to you, anything that makes sense to you. Don't overthink this. See what we've got going on. That's a lot of them. I love just tossing them everywhere, and then I'll clean them up later. Okay, let me give you some dice here too. And your dice is Venus in the sign of Sagittarius in the 11th house. Okay, so Venus in Sagittarius wants to do its own thing, wants to feel free, likes to go, right? We saw a lot of like going this way, going that way. And then the 11th house is Aquarius's house, right? That's your house. So this is the sign of freedom, right? So there's a lot of freedom written all over this, freedom in relationships, being kind to yourself. And yeah, Venus, Sagittarius. I have Venus in Sagittarius. And so we need to feel like we have freedom of movement, okay? And the 11th house has themes of friendships, okay? So make sure that we, because I keep getting that you're pulled in two directions. All right, now I'm going to see what letters we have here and see if anything jumps out to you. So on the 31st of December, we have a W. On the 2nd of January, you have a candlestick and the letter U. We have an E on the 5th, DX on the 7th with a mermaid. A lot of activity on the 7th, a lot of activity on the 8th. We got a moose and the word royalty on the 8th. We have on the 13th, the letter D and a clock tower. We have a unicycle on the 15th. Looks like the 19th, looks like the 19th week is the busiest with an L on the 19th. Got some kind of postcard here on the 20th. You got moon phase 3, which you had a lot of 3s with the Empress, and that air raven card was a 3 also. So this is showing like stage of the moon here. Got a lot of activity on the 22nd. You have a key and a ink and pen, the letter W. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars, 7 of pentacles, a butterfly, and an open book on the 22nd. Okay, so it looks like you're receiving a letter, some kind of information on the 20th. And on the 22nd, it looks like maybe you're corresponding. There's a key and a book opened. It kind of just seems like there's going to be something. That's like when that information is revealed to you. So I would put a little highlight on the 22nd of January. On the 24th, you have the blue moon cap. On the 28th, the letter O. The 29th, you have like a crest shield here and a turtle on the 29th, and the letter N on the 31st, okay? So I have the word weld, W-E-L-D, the word wed, W-E-D. I have the word dual, D-U-E-L, and the word ox, O-X. Anything else? See the word one, W-O-N. All right, that's a good one. All right, wonderful. So now let me give you some dates based off of what you rolled here. So you rolled Venus, and Venus rules 2 signs, even though we've had a lot of implications towards the sign Taurus. We know that Venus rules Taurus and Libra. And so the moon will be in the sign of Taurus starting on Tuesday the 7th. It's where you had a lot of activity right there. So Tuesday the 7th at 5:11 p.m. into the 8th, where you had activity also, through the 9th until 8:07 p.m. Those are power times for you. Let's see what else we got here. More Venus, Sag, and Aquarius. Okay. So where is Libra? We have the moon moving into Libra Saturday the 18th at 10:33 p.m. Then it goes into the 19th. This is where we started to see that run of a bunch of activity. The 20th into the 21st at 11:20 a.m. And then we give you a little bit more here. We're going to give you Sagittarius, which starts on the 23rd at 11:29 p.m. into the 24th, into the 25th, and into the 26th until 8:43 a.m. And this is a lot of dates for you, Aquarius. You also have some power days when the moon is in Aquarius, which we know that we're going to end the month with the new moon in Aquarius, but the moon actually goes into Aquarius on Tuesday the 28th, 2:31 p.m. through the 29th, through the 30th until 5:52 p.m. And I just want to check because I think we also had the moon in Aquarius in the beginning of the month, New Year's Day, the 1st, 5:50 a.m. Aquarius, into the 2nd, into the 3rd until 10:21 p.m. I hope that's helpful information for you, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me.